So, welcome back to another brand new WWE 2K16 video. This, as always, is the one I want. And today, as you can see, we are covering 10 things following this week's MyCareer trailer that we now know are confirmed for this year's 2K16 MyCareer Mode. So, let's get into the 10 confirmations. Now, the first of the bunch, we now know following the trailer that Jason Alba is the brand new head trainer in the Performance Center, replacing Bill DeMott, who was featured in 2K15. Now, if this works out the same as last year, Albus won't be playable, but he will be available as a manager in Exhibition, so a pretty good inclusion. We also know that in this year's career mode, we're going to be able to have both allies and rivalries, similar to what we've had previously in past universe modes. This will be defined and affected by your actions in your career. Which leads nicely onto our third thing on the list, which is this year you'll be able to form a tag team where you can go on and feud with all the top teams the WWE has to offer. Going by the trailer, some of the default tag teams in this year's MyCareer Mode include the Usos, Harper and Rowan, the Vaudevillains, Lucha Dragons, and many more. In terms of career length, the length of your MyCareer Mode in 2K16 is going to be 15 years, although if you choose to, if it's the same as last year's game, you can retire before those 15 years are up. The main goal of your 15-year career is to make it into the Hall of Fame, and to get to that point, you're going to need to achieve certain goals. For example, hold a title for 365 days, hold every championship once, be a 10-time champion, win every WrestleMania match during your career mode, or even lose every match for 3 years straight, so I guess you will go down in the Hall of Fame as the ultimate jobber. Another thing I think looks awesome about this year's career mode is that it seems there is going to be a ton more options compared to 2K15, so as confirmed in the trailer, you now have the option to choose your own path much more than last year. So for example, one of those paths being instead of moving to the main roster, you can now choose to stay on NXT for the long term. So in theory, if you wanted to, you could actually be an NXT superstar for your entire 15-year career. However, once you are on the main roster, you will encounter the Authority. Now, as we know, the Authority play a major role in real-life WWE, and as confirmed by the trailer, they're going to play a major role in this year's career mode as well. Now, depending on your actions, you are either going to be in favour or out of favour with the Authority, which is going to lead to different paths throughout your career mode. They're also going to be giving you optional orders to take part in for bonus superstar points. Another cool thing introduced to this year's MyCareer Mode is going to be Backstage Interviews. Whilst during these interviews, you have various options as to what you say in response to the interviewer. These shape your personality, and not only this year will you have just heel and face, but deeper characteristics, for example, egotistical, loyal, bold, disciplined, and treacherous. In regards to Backstage Interviews, as you can see, one interviewer confirmed for the game is Renee Young. In terms of star ratings for the matches, they're still in the game this year, but this year, going off the trailer, it seems as if these stars are going to be present actually during the matches, so you'll actually be able to see what kind of match you're having whilst the match is still happening. And now saving probably my favourite confirmation about this year's 2K16 career mode to last is the ability and multiple options for run-ins. Now, as you can see, you can actually set up run-ins on the pre-match menu screen before you actually get into the match, which looks awesome. You can now select pre-match, mid-match and post-match attacks and attack from multiple angles, for example, coming from the crowd. What I think is really cool is the options available to you when you're at the ringside during these interruptions. And as you can see from a screenshot, there is plenty to choose from, so these look a ton of fun. Now, these will link back to allies and rivalries, so your actions here are going to be affecting all of those features in the game. So there we go guys, just 10 things and 10 confirmations we now know about this year's 2K16 MyCareer Mode. I think it's fair to say this year's version is looking much better than 2K15's. Everything so far has been really positive, and with all the great additions, this mode should be a must play for 2K16. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Stay tuned for much more 2K16 content coming to the channel very soon. And until next time, this has been 101, and I will see you all on the next one.